change with BM, let's say we'll start there, that would kind of make it more viable? Just switching back the Astral Wrath how it was? I mean, that'd be a step in the right direction.
There's not much damage coming on a BM when I tried it, at least.
A lot of physical damage.
So
the way BM works
has to be buffed.
Yeah, the damage has to be buffed significantly.
From my experience, like, you waste your Wrath, and then you'll cop, like, a Disarm, and then a Fear, and it's like, why did I even pop it? It's just, there's no point.
When I tested it, like, during betas, the only time I tested it, I just used it as a second PvP trinket. I mean...
Pretty much.
You can use it when... The only thing it's good for, too, is it reduces your focus cost, so you can just spam the hell out of Arcane Shot.
Yeah, you can.
But even nowadays, I mean, Arcane Shot, if you spam it, it won't really do that much damage.
No.
So.
Yeah, our damage just needs to be changed in Arena.
Yeah, they definitely need to do something, and what they've given us so far is good, but I think they need to give us a lot more.
I do think they're going the right direction, but yeah, they need to do more. I mean, we'll see how it goes once the changes come in. Go ahead, Dissection.
They could give Mend Pet like a mini pet freedom sort of thing. Something that'll get our pet on the target, or make Kill Command like make the pet jump to the target or something.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Like, just improve Mend Pet, do that, you know, give it freedom when it's up or something.
Yep.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, that would be pretty good. So, alright, let's talk about, like, macros just for a second for the people listening, and we'll just do it real quick. Like, you know, don't, like, obviously focus macros, but is there any, like, special macros you guys have? Like, I have a Raptor Strike macro, I'll link in the chat that, you know, you just press it, and the closest guy to you, it'll Raptor Strike and keep your target.
I got my one-button trap launcher.
And yeah, Swanky's got the trap launcher.
We have to hit that twice, but, I mean...
You do have to hit it, yeah, but it's one key, you know?
Hit it twice, but I feel it's faster than having to hit one hotkey than another.
Is there anything else you guys that are ever kind of special, you know? Like, I mean, obviously there's, like, focus macros, but that's everyone.
I use mouse over instead of focus. I don't actually use focus on my hunter.
I know you don't.
I use it on my warrior, and I use it on my shaman, but not my hunter.
See, I'm completely different. I can't use mouse overs at all when I use focus.
I only use mouse overs and BGs. Like, I have it all bounded to my stuff, but I never use it in Arena. Like, it's just slower. But, I mean, is there any, like, macros like that you guys have that people might not know about?
No, pretty much all the macros that are out there so far. I mean, you can easily find on AJ and stuff.
Yeah.
All the macros that we use.
Yeah.
I don't use anything really fancy.
Fair enough.
Well, I'm trying one out that has Aspect of the Fox with Cobra Shot, and then Explosive Shot and Arcane Shot have Aspect of the Hawk bound to them.
Yeah.
So it's a little clunky, but
have you
max damage out.
Have you tested it much?
I've tested it on the training dummy.
How did
Sometimes it'll delay your Cobra Shot by half a second.
Yeah, I've tested that out too, and I'm just gonna stay in Fox because
that's what I'm thinking of doing. Yeah.
It kind of messes up your mobility.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you need to move and it's just not going off. You need to wait half a second to be able to move, and it adds up after a while. Yeah.
So what's been like your guys' favorite thing about Cataclysm so far for hunters? Mine's I love Aspect of the Fox. I love to be able to cast on the move.
I agree with that, but one thing that is annoying is when you're trying to kite and it like turns you to the target. That's annoying.
It's always done
that.
Your camera. You can fix that by jumping. I don't know if you knew that.
Or it's like holding your camera, yeah.
Yeah, just holding your
camera or right hotkey or the right mouse click.
It did that before with Steady too, like just when you sat there on the ground before Cataclysm. So.
Oh, just let me say this real quick about my macro. You need the normal trap on your bar somewhere else. So you're gonna have 2 freezing traps on your bar. You're gonna have one that you're gonna use, which is the macro, and then you gotta have the other trap or the same trap on your bar somewhere else.
Just out of your spell book, like just the regular trap can't be macroed, and you don't need that bound or anything.
It's just a problem with Blizzard.
I don't have it.
Yeah, I don't have it either, but that's how you fix that.
Where it says invalid target? Is that what you're talking about?
Well, it's if you don't have the freezing trap on your bar somewhere else, it just won't let you shoot the trap.
you can't use trap launcher with a trap that's in a macro unless that trap is also on your bar somewhere else. It's just really weird. I don't know why.
Something Blizzard messed up and they haven't fixed yet.
Yeah. So yeah.
So you don't need it keybound, but it just has to be visible somewhere on your bars.
I see.
So you guys like Wrath better than Kata, or Kata better than Wrath? What are you liking so much, Fard?
I like Kata.
Me too.
Season 9 is miles ahead of Season 5 already.
Yeah, Season 9 is great, but if Hunters were in the state they were Season 5 and Season 9, I think everything would be great.
Yeah, if we had lock and load and did ridiculous damage in Season 5.
Bring back TNT stun.
Yeah.
I think then it'd be a great season, but
Yeah. Okay.
Although they need to fix rated BGs, because right now, sometimes you'll win a game, but it counts as a loss, so you don't get your rating.
No one cares about rated BGs because they're boring.
So, some of us do, Robot.
Okay.
Some of us have feelings.
This section, go ahead and talk about Kata and Wrath.
I don't know, it's like definitely a different play style to what I was playing, like in Wrath. I don't know, I like the focus, but I don't know. It just feels better than Mana. But yeah, I don't know. That's about it.
They definitely went back.
Yeah, it definitely feels better than waiting on Aspect of the Viper. I mean, that stuff was just, it got old after a while, especially when you fight like long games against double healers, you know.
Yeah, having to swap back and forth like that.
You put out all your pressure, and then all of a sudden, oh, okay, well, I'm basically CCing myself now.
I think they found kind of a good balance between what Burning Crusade was and Wrath was. And it could be better, but I think it's going definitely in the right way, you know. Shit doesn't die in 2 seconds. Usually.
We also have to see, you know, how good we are when we get our tier 2 weapons, because Hunters are amazing scaling with gear-wise, so...
Yeah, I mean, Arcane and Cobra is based off weapon damage, you know, so big
all
deal
of our
there.
shots are based off weapon damage, so...
I don't know if explosive is.
I don't think explosive is.
I think it's pure attack power.
That's why Marks gets better throughout the seasons. Because
but what they did...
Explosive doesn't.
What they did when they nerfed Chimera was they completely nerfed the scaling aspect of Chimera. So hopefully this patch they fixed that, but I'm not sure. But I hope so. I hope that they did.
So let's talk about like bugs that are pretty game changing for Hunters, because there's quite a bit. I mean, we talked about the trap resist. How many I lost the game the other day because my trap resisted, and we could have got the kill with it. I'm pretty, you know, healer with their trinket down and all their cooldowns are out.
I've lost quite a few games because of trap resist. I'm sure we all have.
Yeah. So do you guys think we should just, like, it's a for sure thing at the beginning of the game, we should just trank down the healer to get that mark off and hope they don't put it back up? Because
yeah,
I mean,
trank shot is really good because there's no dispel resist anymore.
Yeah.
So if you can get it off.
It's probably worth just the first few seconds getting it off so you can trap consistently.
Yeah, I haven't been doing it that much, but, I mean... I guess I probably should at the start.
Yeah. I haven't done it either, but it just, you know, after I get 2 resists in a row in a game, I'm just fucking want to do it. You know, I just get frustrated with that.
Yeah.
I mean, another big bug is the lock and load, not proccing every time off freezing trap or frost trap. Just ridiculous.
I think that's based off the internal cooldown.
Yeah, it's just an internal cooldown thing, and with our talents that reduce
30 seconds.
It says 22.
20 or 22.
It's 22.
Yeah, it's 22, but we can trap every
20.
Whenever.
Yeah, I can trap every 20. So
I don't even think that's the problem. I think you cannot get it procced, you know, after that duration of 22 seconds or whatever.
I've been able to successfully do it every time in arena, and then sometimes it doesn't. I don't know.
I mean, when I use freeze or frost trap, I don't even expect, you know, lock and load.
Why does it need an internal cooldown? Anyways.
Yeah. I don't understand that. It should just be.
Yeah, it doesn't need it anymore. Like, it was a nerf to do because we were crazy in Season 5, but now
it was a nerf because people would stack Black Arrow and get traps, but I mean, the only reason The only reason they have it is basically for Black Arrow, so it can't proc over and over and over and over.
It's probably another PvE thing.
Yeah, it's a PvE issue.
Alright.
Anyone else think our pet res is still a bit bad compared to, say, Warlocks?
Yeah.
Honestly, I've never had my pet attacked, though.
Neither have I.
But
I've
10
had it
second,
attack-
10 second res.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say. You can't even spec into it anymore.
Very true.
Warlocks get infinite pet summons, so going on their pet doesn't even do anything anymore.
Yep.
And we're still stuck with, that.
It's so
10
vital
second
for
res.
us. I mean, Master Call, Roar Sacrifice, or Pet Stun, or whatever we got, you know?
Yeah, especially now with Master's Call being the way it is. It's going to be even bigger.
People are probably going to try to kill our pet because of that. If they're smarter, you know, they are pretty hard to kill right now.
Yeah, they have
I'm
100%
going
resilience,
with
so it's not.
I think our revive should have been changed a long time ago. Another huge thing I hate is when my pet gets bugged on Ring of Valor, and I don't think that'll ever get fixed. And I use Master Call, and it takes the cooldown, does nothing.
Yeah, I used to use the macro in Wrath that would like unbug it, but that doesn't seem to be working anymore.
Well, I found a kind of a bug fix for it. When you, on ROV, just don't dismount until you're completely out of the elevator area, but it kind of fucks your positioning up. But, I mean...
Well, I've been bugged, actually, by doing that. If you get feared when you're mounted, and you dismount during the fear, your pet will still be grayed out after you come out of the fear, and the only way to fix that is to get out of combat, mount up, and then dismount.
Yeah, it's just super buggy, and I mean, I've lost games because I couldn't Master Call and I couldn't unbug them, you know? You just get trained and you can't get your own freedom. Pretty big. I mean, I don't know if there's any other bugs you guys want to talk about, but that's pretty much the major ones to me. I don't really know of any other ones besides like Flare, but we talked about that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright.
Any other major things we got to talk about?
No, we've gone through everything I got down. Is there anything you guys want to just talk about or bring up before we go to questions? Swanky? Nothing?
No.
Section? Anything you want to touch on? Anything at
No,
all
that's about
about the
it.
game? Alright, we're going to wait for Sparky to get in here and see if he's got anything to say. But, so, I guess we can go over... Someone's asking, though, about just comps again, which we already gone over. But, I mean, top-tier comps obviously enhance survival, Holy Pally. Do you see that working with any other healer, or is, like, Holy Pally pretty much what you want? I mean, I don't think a Druid would be that much better.
I think Holy Pally just for the freedom. Like, it's
Yeah.
pretty important.
And then, I mean, PhD is just solid. Death Knight's Necrotics can really do a lot. You got a decent amount of CC.
We didn't talk about Necrotic Shrek at all.
They're gonna nerf it.
Yeah, but they're making Desecration proc from Necrotic now.
Oh,
Did you
yeah.
see that in the patch
Yeah,
notes?
I did.
So it'll be affected by
Yeah, there's
resilience,
Sparkies.
but now you'll just be
Yeah, I'm
slow.
good.
Alright, we're pretty much done. We're gonna go to questions soon. Is there anything you wanna, like, touch on or talk about or bring up before we...
No, like the Necrotic Strike thing,
Yeah.
giving mini frost traps will be kind of annoying, but we all had to deal with Desecration before and Wrath, and it's
Yeah.
not
It'll
going
be nerfed
anywhere.
eventually.
Yeah. So, we were just... Someone, like, was bringing up, like, viable comps. I mean, we said... You know, pretty much Beastly, but survival, obviously, now. PhD is super strong with Death Knight's Necrotics and RCC. Swanky's doing well with Shadow Priest, Hunter, Shaman. Swanky, you played it with the Paladin, too. What do you like better? Is it just Bloodlust that made it so much better with the Shaman?
Shaman I liked because with Bloodlust, which is going to be removed, it's a lot more pressure from us, and Purge and Totems, too. We were getting beat by a lot of lock teams with the Pally, but now you can beat lock teams, except
Yeah.
RLS.
What other comps do you guys think would work? I mean, I think probably Hunter Warlock X.
Hunter Warlock X and Hunter DK X have always been...
Yeah, pretty
You're right.
standard.
Hunter
comps.
Mage, maybe, just because mages are overpowered.
Only because mages, only reason that would work, I think,
Hunter
is
Feral.
because mages are so strong. Other than that, our like synergy with the classes is pretty poor.
Hunters and Mages don't share synergy rail, just like Hunters and Warriors.
Yep. I mean, if you're playing like Hunter Arms Warrior, the only reason it's working is because Arm Warriors got really good verse.
Yeah,
Besides
pretty much.
that, you're not going to have good synergy. Yeah, it's pretty simple.
Pretty much no synergy between an arms warrior and a hunter at all.
Yep.
So